Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else. I want by my side to stand here with me, to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends. If we all go down, if our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
We dream so colorful. Oh, we love so strong. The world is relentless, the city won't sleep. It hardens your soul, brings you to your knees. But we can face it all. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends. If we all go down, if our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
What's up guys, JNO here and welcome to the first in the Fantasy Football Fantasy Premier League series.
Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else. I want by my side to stand here with me, to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could beat the odds, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends. If we all go down, if our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. We could be legends.
We can live forever.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you can all hear me. Hopefully we are set up properly and the lighting is alright. It's a bit dark. Not particularly liking that lighting. That's a bit better. Okay guys, so how is everybody today? Welcome to FPL today. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to finally another live stream. Sorry it took so long. Work has been getting in the way. Early shifts, late shifts. I'm knackered. I go to sleep. All that kind of stuff. So yeah, but next week should be better. Last 3 days at my current job, all early shifts, so I should be able to do a couple of streams while I'm still at work, and hopefully do a stream or two before my daughter's birthday on Sunday and Monday at the end of the week. So that I've just got to get the videos done early, get them scheduled, and then enjoy my daughter's birthday. So thank you everyone for coming along. 14 people watching at the moment. Not the numbers that we were getting last week, but the hype has died down a little, I feel. I can definitely feel in the growth of my channel that not as many people are typing in FPL into YouTube, but that should go back up as we get closer to the season. I'll be honest, I'm a bit tired of looking at my team. I just don't see the point in changing it at the moment. I'm quite happy to talk about FPL, of course, but yeah, just I make changes and then a couple of days later I feel like making other changes. For instance, it looks like Tompkins is pretty much guaranteed to not be a starter. It also looks like Morata's come in, so Batshuayi definitely not going to be a starter. Matic could be going to another club as Bakayoko's gone to Chelsea. Robertson's come in, so now who knows where Milner is going to play. So yeah, bit tired of looking at my team, but hello to everyone in the chat. Hello to some of the mods. Well, I think I can only see Tommy Plays as a mod. So, you know what we do when we've only got one mod. Who wants to be a mod and why? I have a front runner myself in this chat who I think I'll be modding. In fact, I'd say maybe 2 people. No live draft today. Literally, I've only got an hour before my video comes out. I don't want to do a live draft and exclude people because I haven't announced going live early enough, if that makes sense. Lord 11, so I will do a FPL draft with some people, but I feel like I need plenty of time. That could be like a 3-hour stream or something, so that is why we're not doing it right now. But we will definitely do one, but I'll do it with everyone that joins the live stream, so I might announce maybe tomorrow I'll announce when I'm going to do that. I'll have a word with the wife, see when I can be streaming for a while. So yeah, there's no layout or structure to this live stream. I just thought I'd jump on an hour before my video comes out. It's a very different video today, so I hope it doesn't get too much hate. But it's the last video of how to play Fantasy Premier League, and it's probably not as stat filled as or strategy filled as the other ones have been, but it is the last video of the series, so hopefully you guys can support it. But it is very, very different, but hopefully it will help a lot of you out. So I'm not going to say anything else about it. I don't want to spoil it. Tommy Plays, let's look at some questions as we wait for more people to join the chat. We're at 27 at the moment. So the first question of the day goes to Lukaku, Morata and Jesus. Will it be a good strike force? Morata's one of those that I'm not too sold on, purely because he's been at Real Madrid. He's been a bit part player. He looked good when he went to Juventus. I believe that's where he went. But I don't like jumping on players that are new to the league. I know I say that while I've got Lacazette in my side, but generally I prefer to stay away from new players to the league. So other than that, Lukaku and Jesus I think are both great choices though. Chowdhury. Thoughts on Morata? I think I kind of just covered that, to be honest. He could be amazing, and he's, if I'm right, he worked with Conte at Juventus, so they obviously understand each other as player and manager, so it could work out really well, but I'm not sure I'll start with him. But a Chelsea striker does make everything more simple, because there's a lot of Chelsea midfielder options. Last season there was only one Chelsea striker option, and that was Costa. Tommy Plays wants to know, do I have money left after that team? Yes, I've got 1 million to spend, if you can see that on the screen. I feel like the reason this team is here is because it covers every one of the top 6. I've got Spurs coverage in midfield, I've got Arsenal, Man United and Liverpool coverage, I've got Chelsea coverage in midfield, I've got City coverage. I feel like I've covered the top 6 teams, and then personally this year I think Everton will be the only one that get anywhere close to them, but their start to the fixtures is horrible, so that's why we've not gone with an Everton player yet. Chowdhury has Ali, Phillips, Coutinho, Redmond and Carroll in midfield. That's a good team, to be fair to him. I'd like one more premium price midfielder myself. Evan J. Fox, what do I think of his midfield? Salah, Sane, Pogba and Moy. I mean, maybe there's a better option than Moy, but pretty solid midfield. I think most people will agree with that midfield. You're right, AM Saturday. Bad feeling about Lacazette. I'll have to disagree with you, brother, there. I don't think Lacazette's going to fail at Arsenal. I think he's going to prosper. Pre-season is dragging. Seb, try and make a video every day on Fantasy Premier League. I'll be honest, yesterday I meant to make a video, and by the time I even attempted to, which was late at night, the daughter wouldn't go to sleep, and I had videos until today, and now I don't have any videos for next week. I've just recorded one just before I went live though, so I've got one for tomorrow. But yeah, pre-season can drag sometimes. You get excited when the game drops, and then it kind of drops off, doesn't it? Dara Smith, if my computer will work. Okay, for some reason my computer isn't working and it's not letting me make you a moderator. That's annoying. Okay, so who have I made a moderator? I think I clicked someone. Oh, there we go. Dara Smith is now a moderator. There you go, Dara Smith. JNO, what do you think of Will? Is that Willian? Tommy, if it's Willian, I think it's a good shout. He'll get game time at the start of the season unless they sign someone. No Aguero in the team from Luke Sharp. Good differential. Definitely a good differential. The reason I don't have him is because I think the best option in the Man United side is Lukaku. I think the best option in the Arsenal side that is nailed on is Lacazette. And I think Firmino's an enabler. I know he's not a cheap striker, but he should play up front and is cheaper than most strikers, so he kind of enables me to make that midfield, hence why no Aguero. But like I've said numerous times, this team will change, I guarantee you. You're right, Marcus Pentland, how you doing, mate? Tommy Plays, who will start striker for Southampton? Still have no idea, mate. Seb asked, what series are you looking at after How to Play series? Okay, well, Monday's episode will be a transfer window episode again. There's two options basically. I could go through every single Premier League team and cover the options in teams. I might do 2 teams an episode, but for YouTube wise, 2 teams an episode probably isn't the best way to do it, so I may have to try and do 2 videos an episode and just make them shorter. 2 videos a day and just make them shorter. It was either cover every single team and just pick out the best players in those teams, or it was going to be very similar to what Kurt and FPL Tips have already done. I need to sneeze. Held it. Which would be a top 5. I know I've already done a top 5 defenders, strikers, midfielders, goalkeepers, but now the prices are out, have another look at who the best budget players are, who the best premium players are. So I don't know for definite what I'm going to do. I'm probably leaning more towards... Wow, we have a super chat from some hearts in the chat right now, lads. Martin Verton has just super chatted €10. Just going to read out his comment because it is there, bright and orange, lovely looking. Hi, I've been a fan of your channel for 2+ years now and enjoy the content. Question, and I'm sorry, if you do a super chat, I am going to most likely straight away read the question, just because he's given me €10, guys. I can get some drinks at my leaving do now, thanks to Martin Vertin. His question is, when are you going to do a draft with viewers and may I join? By the way, check your Patreon page, not on camera. Okay, I will have a look at that after the stream. But thank you very much, Martin Vertin, for the super chat. The plan is with the draft is, one, I'm going to do something special with the draft for a YouTube series with some people you may or may not have heard of. I am then going to also do in live stream some drafts with you guys in the live streams. My guess is it won't be, in fact it might be Wednesday. That's not a definite date. It might be Wednesday though. We may do some drafts with the guys that join the stream. I think it's 16 teams per draft, and so 16 times 3, if we did 3 drafts, that should cover most people that come join my streams. That would be up to 48, and generally I get around the 50 mark, so hopefully that would work out. So that is the plan with what I'm going to do with drafts. As far as head-to-head, I may put out head-to-head leagues and get people to join. I may not do it the way I've done it before. What I may do is go into streams like this and just put in a head-to-head league, and that will be like the Premiership. And then later on in that stream, I put out another head-to-head league, and that will be the First Division or the Championship. Then I'll put the second, and then I'll put the third. And what I plan to do is for everyone that stays around for next season, if you were first, second, or third, you get promoted, and if you were bottom of your league, you'll get relegated. So kind of do it like an actual football league system, which is my plan for that. But anyway, I've chatted on for way too long about that, and probably are behind on the questions. But thank you again so very much, man, for the super chat. That is my first ever super chat. You've taken my super chat virginity, so well done. Well done. Should I be saying well done to someone for taking my virginity? That's questionable. And considering that's my first super chat, I wasn't expecting it to be that high. Anyway, back to the other questions. I think I answered your question, Seb, about the series I'm planning on doing. It's one of the two, either just covering every team or the best players. I've kind of covered all the basics and the strategy and all that kind of stuff. I'm looking to do a double wildcard as well, Jeff. I think not a double wildcard, sorry, an early wildcard. Player analysis will be back as well. I'll do that mainly with exciting players, like Morata, for instance. I will do a player analysis on. We'll do a quick rating of Ismail's team, if I can find it again. For some reason this chat jumps every now and again, which is really annoying. In fact, I can't even find his team again. Dara Smith, by the way, has just started an FPL channel. I'm not sure if you can put links in the chat, but we should definitely check that out. If you just put your main name, I'll try and find it on YouTube in a second and give you a shout out. A proper shout out. There we go. Alright, so Ismail has Forrester, Walker, Lindelof, Pogba, De Bruyne, Morata, Lukaku, Lacazette, Mbula, Trippier, Willian. How do you have Morata already? Mate, I'm sure Morata isn't in the game yet. Because it's still early days. He's just been transferred. I mean, oh, he is in the game. Wow, I just missed him completely. 10 million. 10 million is not bad for a Chelsea striker. I'm tempted because that saves 0.5 of a million. I'll wait to see what other business Arsenal do in the transfer window. But I like the idea of Morata. If I could save 0.5 somewhere, I could put Morata here. Because I've got 1 million in the bank. So I'll definitely be looking at that later. Because I think a Chelsea striker is very good. I'm just not sure if Morata's the best guy. Lukaku at Chelsea I'd have preferred, to be honest. But yeah, that's a decent looking side. You've got some decent midfielders in there. Very good strikers. So I like the look of that team so far. I'll be a lot more, by the way, critical of teams the closer we get. Because then I have more information. How about Iheanacho? Has he gone Leicester already? Has that been finalised? Because if it has, he could be a great shout. To be honest, if you've got Kane, it won't be hard to switch to Aguero. So that would probably be my strategy come crunch time, is have Kane or Aguero, and then it's easy to downgrade. Okay, Tommy Plays wants to know what 5.5 million midfielder to get. I'm still stoked, man. I literally just got a super chat. Kind of surprised me. Alright, so we want to go by midfielders. Max 5.5. Now, if Sanchez leaves, that may open up some game time for Iwobi, which would be nice. This guy here, Pascal, I think you pronounce it Grosh. He could be a great player. Apparently he's very good at set pieces, so he'll be on set pieces. Did quite well assist-wise and everything. I think he was in my first transfer window episode that went out on the channel. He was bought early, so he's been at Brighton for a while. He could be a good differential. I'm assuming his ownership is incredibly low. Ownership, team selected by 0.3%. So that's a shout. Brady has had periods where he scores quite regularly. Jonathan Walters, he could be playing further up the field than his midfield tag suggests. Lookman, if he can get game times. You've got Moy. Albrighton, if Leicester's kick off the season well, Albrighton is always good for assists. Gundogan, it depends, or Gundogan, or however you say it. There was a period last year where everyone was talking about him. Herrera is also not bad. Ward-Prowse is just one season away from becoming a major player, I feel. Herrera is good. Joe Allen was good last season at points. So you've definitely got options there. Capoue is a very popular option after last season. So there's definitely some options there for you in the midfield bracket at 5.5. You're right, Jackson Yates, how you doing? I'll be honest, I don't know much about the pre-season yet. I need to do my homework on that. I really believe Jesus and Aguero will both play. I believe Man United's pre-season's been pretty good so far. Some teams have played very weak teams, so I don't really want to judge too much though off of pre-season form. Ayush Falur cannot tweet his team, so his starting 11 is Hart, Dawson, Cedric, Lindelof, Coutinho, Ali, Willian, Mkhitaryan, Lacazette, Jesus and Austin. Subs, Elliot, Me, Lascelles and Ince. I like that team. It seems well balanced. My question marks, even though I've got Willian in my team, he's a question mark for me. Mkhitaryan, is he going to be better than Pogba? And then who knows about that Southampton striker. I like your defence though. Okay, we've got Evan J. Fox. I can get Jesus and Lukaku, or Lacazette and Lukaku, or Lacazette and Jesus. Who should I get as my third striker? I mean, if you have the cash, Firmino isn't too bad for the money. I mean, cheap-wise, Southampton have the best start to the season. Is Javier Hernandez, has he got a price yet? I don't think his move's official yet, though, to be fair. By the way, I think also Arnautovic has gone West Ham. If that works out well for us and Arnautovic has had periods where he's been a very good Fantasy Premier League player as well. Tammy Abraham and Elias Kachunga could both be great options, but I'll wait and see. I'm not going to judge yet. I think trying to judge how a player will do from, say, the Championship level to Premier League level is dangerous. Is Hart only 4.5? Like I said, guys, I've been struggling with my internet and I've been struggling with OBS, so I'm not as up to date as some of you guys seem to be. Hart for 4.5. I don't think West Ham's start is the best, but you could wild card him in, and apart from that Spurs game, good fixtures till week 11. There's then this period that you probably want to get him out. But look at that for a run as well. So Hart could be big this season. I really think he could be big. I do cover him in tomorrow's FPL transfer window episode, so keep an eye out for that. I'm surprised he's 4.5. I literally said in the video that comes out tomorrow, I doubt he'll be 4.5. And he is. So, yeah. I cannot believe Aguero is officially FPL differential. How the world changes, Ayush. How the world changes. Get Ericsson and not Ali. I had Ericsson all last season, so it's possible I'll switch. For some reason, I can't see my own stream, so I don't know. Guys, if there is any issues with how the stream's going out, let me know, because I can't actually watch my own stream. It doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Will I be in the draft? If you're in the chat, you'll be in the draft, Marcus. We're thinking Wednesday. I'll do it Wednesday, but we'll see. I will officially announce it, hopefully in Tuesday's video, if I remember. I know not everyone has Twitter, but that's the easiest way for me to announce stuff. So if you do have Twitter, follow me on Twitter at JNO United. I really believe Iwobi, if Sanchez leaves, Iwobi could be given game time. There was a short period at the end of 2 seasons ago where Iwobi was in the Arsenal side, and he was a must-have at a very cheap price. I think Aguero could do bits, mate. Matism 1 could be awesome. Dara Smith, that is the first super chat I've ever had. Yeah, finally live again, Rohan. Thank you so much for the support, by the way. Martin Verton, no problem, you deserve it. Keep it up, bro. See, it's comments like that that will help me keep it up. I'll be honest, it's a lot of work, 30 days of FPL, so there are points where I'm just sitting, I get home from work and I think, I can't make another video. Fortunately, my wife is very good at pushing me to keep going, which helps. And of course, all of your guys' supports and nice comments really helps as well. We have about 38 minutes left of this chat, by the way, just because my video goes live, and if I take 39 of my subscribers away from my video, I'm kind of hurting myself. So potentially I'll come back on before I go bed tonight, but I am on an early shift, so that's not a promise. Is Sanchez a good pick for the start of the season, considering the rumours around him missing on the pre-season tour? Sanchez is the type of player, Jay Dinsmo, that could do well no matter what. He has often been touted as being injured and then comes in and does really well. So I'll never count Sanchez out as a FPL option. Should I pick strong midfield or forward? Last year suggests the strong midfield is every bit as important as a strong front line. So I would balance it out, have 2 strong strikers and 2 to 3 strong midfielders. My daughter, she may very well turn up on this stream. It's one of those catch-22 things. Like, some of you guys were around when I got all that hate. Do I really want my daughter to be involved in videos when that kind of thing happens? But I also do want to, like, show you what my life is like. The fact that I have a daughter. I don't want to hide her away. But yeah, it's a bit of a balancing act. I don't want to put her on the channel too much. I mean, if you guys are aware of Daddy 05 and now Mummy 05 and all that situation, like, don't get me wrong, they deserved it. They were making their kids do stupid things on the internet and then didn't understand why people were giving them hate for it. But that being said, when you put your kid on the internet isn't the nicest place in the world. So do I really want to subject her to that? Like, for all I know, I'm planning on doing this until I'm a lot older. So when she's older, then yeah, maybe she'll be on it a lot more, depending on if she wants to. But say she didn't want to be involved in it at all, her as a baby is still going to be on my channel somewhere, isn't it? I'd look at cheaper options now, because I really don't think Sanchez will stay at Arsenal. But if he does, he could be a great shout. Dara Smith, let me just address the Morata Lacazette statement. I agree with you. In my mind, Chelsea are a better team. But last year, Chelsea weren't a better team. They had finished 10th. I do believe when you're not in the Champions League, it helps you perform a lot better in the Premier League, which is where we get our Fantasy Premier League points from, the Premier League games. Chelsea last season, they'd finished 10th the season before. They had something to prove. They didn't have Champions League in the way. They owned it. The season before, Liverpool, I believe they didn't have Champions League. They did really well. So I think there is something to not having Champions League football and needing to prove yourself as a team that can help you. So just because Chelsea in our minds are a stronger team doesn't mean that will stay that way. And just because they are a stronger team doesn't mean Morata will get all the points. I said it many times about Chelsea last year. They are a team you need a player from, but who's scoring the points? There were games when Costa was scoring them. There were games when Hazard was scoring them. There were games when, like, Cesc Fabregas would be the highest scoring Chelsea player. You didn't know where the points were, and that's what makes players like your Ibrahimovic last season for a period, your Harry Kanes, your Alexis Sanchez, your Gylfi Sigurdssons. You know if there's a goal, the likelihood of them being involved in the goal is extremely high. I don't mind rating teams quickly in the chat, by the way, guys. I won't spend ages on it, but Milner or Alonso, I'd go Alonso, because I feel Alonso's more secure at the moment now that Liverpool have bought Robertson. Oh, it's on Twitter. If you could put it in the chat, I know it might take a bit of time, Daniel, to type it up. If you put it in the chat, I will rate it quickly. Owen Bowles in the stream. What's up, my man? Rashford, Lukaku and Chicharito or Morata? Chicharito's not in the game yet. I think I just checked that. But I worry about Rashford getting game time, personally. You've got Martial, Lukaku. You've got options there. And you wouldn't want 2 Man United strikers. So maybe that's Rashford or Lukaku. And Chicharito or Morata. Chicharito has proven himself as a goal scorer in the league. But he's at West Ham, so I probably wouldn't start with any of them apart from Lukaku. Marcus Pentland's team has got Foster, Lindelof, Cedric, Dawson, Tadic, Salah, Ali, or Dele Alli, Sane, Phillips, Kane and Lukaku. Okay, I've said multiple times I'm not a fan of Phillips. Don't think he's consistent enough. Don't think West Brom are very good at attacking. I don't think Tadic is that consistent either. But the thing with Tadic is he is actually in a Southampton side with easy fixtures, so definitely worth having Southampton coverage. So there's not much I'd improve, Marcus, but I'd wait until like the last game week, like the last week before it kicks off, because I will be a lot more critical of player choices then. Okay, Ayush Falor, happy birthday, my man. I didn't know it was your birthday. Birthday cakes in the chat if that's an emoji for Ayush Falor. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good time, a good birthday. You get everything you want, and you have another great year. Thank you so much for being a loyal subscriber to the channel. JNO, opinions on FPL managers trying to cover too many bases. For example, could downgrade Firmino to someone from a newly promoted team while strengthening other areas of the team. That's definitely a possibility, Luke. The beautiful thing about Fantasy Premier League is you never know for definite what the best option is going to be. For instance, right now, I've made a team that covers every single one of the top 6. Now, historically, those players from those top 6 teams are going to be amongst the top scorers, as long as you can find out which one scores the majority of points. But then, like I said in my player value video, Huddersfield, Brighton, they could have a player that turns up, like Charlie Austin at QPR a couple of seasons ago, who just defies all odds and at a very cheap price scores loads of points, and you don't get him at that cheap price because you were too busy looking elsewhere. It's easy to say this was the better option after everything has happened. Right now, for all we know, it could be worth doubling up on Man United players because they have an epic start. It could be worth doubling up on Spurs players, and the fact they play at Wembley has no effect. Leicester could suddenly come back and have another great season. We're not expecting them to. There could be another team that do a Leicester City and come out of nowhere. So the thing is, you can never be 100% sure what is the best way to play the game. I personally don't like my team because I feel like I've spent too much up front. That's my personal opinion. But that is the way I've played the game for so long. I'm just used to playing the game that way. So it's a toss-up. I could be 100% correct with that team, and I'll probably change it, and then I'll look back on these streams and think, I had the perfect team to start the season and I messed it up. Matism, Zabaleta is a good choice if it gets game time. I wouldn't touch West Ham's defence until they had very easy fixtures or we saw an improvement in their defence. I've just knocked over my charging tower, so let me pick that back up. Jordan is back in the chat. Hello, Jordan. $12:23 AM where Jordan R is. Where is that, Jordan R? That seems like a way away if it's 12:23. Best Southampton defender. My money's on Cedric at the moment. Sad times, school. I don't miss school, to be fair. Although I preferred it to work, so... Thank you, Hervoj Rumic. Apologies if I butcher your name. Thanks for the compliment. Would my wife like to come on and say hi? I'm not sure 100% she wants to be on the channel too much. She's, of course, welcome to. I'll have a word with her, and if she wants to on the next stream, she can jump in for a bit. Maybe I'll get her to pick a team or something, but I'm not sure she has that much of an urge to be on the camera. To be honest, I get that. When I started YouTube, I did the whole thing where I played games without my face on it. It's something you've got to get used to. I'm surprised, Dara Smith, that they don't have Rafinha already. I thought they'd jump at that chance. That's a decent looking side. You've made it a little bit difficult for me, Julia Lloyd, because I think, have you typed in different... No, you haven't. I'm imagining things. So you've given me your midfield and your front line. It looks strong. Again, Tadic I'm not too sure of. You never know with new players at new clubs as well. Conan has managed to catch a live stream. Thank you very much for joining the stream, my friend. Speaking of which, Ben Scott says he likes the new layout. I can actually make the players bigger if you prefer. So if they're ever too small, and I know it takes me forever to catch up with the chat, but I can just make them a bit bigger for you guys so you can see everything a little bit better. But yeah, see that is why I tested out the stream so early on, is so I can get better and better at them. That's the idea anyway. The hope is that I figure out a better layout and make everything look a bit nicer for you guys. Razashart's team: Foster, Hart, Cedric, Walker, Klein, Norton, Trippier, Carroll, Pogba, Redmond, Pedro, Sane, Gale, Morata, Lukaku. I don't like Gale, but I've said that so many times. I apologise. Gale could be awesome. Do Hart and Foster rotate well? It depends if you're playing an early wildcard or not, if you're going to do that. I think Redmond would be my preferred Southampton midfielder of choice if I was trying to get points from Southampton's start. Alright, Keir Andrews has Foster, Trippier, Lindelof, Aki, Salah, Ericsson, Klaassen, Redmond, Morata, Lacazette, Firmino. What do you think? I think you need a more consistent, a striker that has proven himself in the league somewhere in that front three. Because 2 of those have just transferred in, and I think that's a risk. Could pay off, but it's a risk having your main strikers both be new to the league. I think Klaassen is an unnecessary risk considering their early fixtures. Salah I don't mind taking a risk on. Like, I'm not risk averse, but I'm just saying if you're going to take risks, try and make them calculated. So personally, I wouldn't necessarily have 2 new strikers to the league, maybe only 1. I wouldn't have Klaassen. I'd only have 1 new player to the league. I do like the cakes in the chat because it helps me find where I was. Alright, we've got Daniel and Marinas. Starting 11, Foster, Aki, Dawson, Cedric, Willian, Redmond, Ali, Coutinho, Lukaku, Gabriel Jesus, Firmino. I like that team. That looks similar-ish to mine. I personally can't bring myself to spend 5 million on a West Brom defender. I know I have done it before, but I just don't want to at the beginning of the season. DM FPL tips. Are you promoting FPL tips on my stream, DM? Anyway, Begovic, Cedric, Lindelof, Walker, Luiz, Pogba, Ali, Zaha, Morata, Lukaku. That's not bad. I do like Wilfried Zaha. Decent defence there as well. And Begovic could be really good. Could get plenty of saves there. Evan J. Fox, Foster, Myhill, Robertson, Cedric, Trippier, Tuanzebe. Butchered that. I wouldn't have him in. I don't think he'll start. Rangel isn't a nailed-on starter either, but he is a very popular choice. Salah, Sane, Moy, Pogba and Loftus-Cheek. Lacazette, Lukaku, Jesus. It would be that defence. I don't think Tuanzebe and Rangel will start. That's my feeling on that. Ben Scott, Firmino is my... That's why he's in my side, just for Liverpool coverage. He wouldn't be my preferred choice, Firmino. I prefer Coutinho or Sadio Mane. We've got someone from Australia in the house in Jordan R. I had a friend that just went and worked in Australia for a bit. He loved it out there. Tommy Plays, we don't know the best, but we did go over 5.5 million options. Again, ask me a week before the season starts and I will have a definite choice for you. Anyway, Dara Smith. Will I be able to find his channel if I just type it in? Oh, we got some more. I will get to Dara Smith's channel. I thought I'd caught up with the chat, but I clearly haven't. Or that many questions got posted up all at once. Cedric or Trippier? I'd go with Trippier right now. No, Cedric to start the season, then transfer him out when Spurs get used to playing at Wembley. Spurs are looking at buying a right back. Cedric, Lindelof, Trippier, Dawson good enough with 4-star? I think that's definitely good enough. 5.5 mid, Iwobi, Gray or Allen. Oh yeah, Gray. Is that the Leicester Gray you're talking about? Could be a great shout. Is Stanislas a good option? He is, but he's just 0.5 over 5.5, which is what we're looking at. But I think he could have a great season. Yeah, Jeff. You know what happened when I joined Kurt's stream? He destroyed me that day in subscriber growth. So we'll see if I do that again. I'm joking. Always happy to help Kurt. He's a great guy. Works really hard. Has helped me out a ton when I started. So, I mean, I still want to get over his subscriber count because I'm competitive. But he's a great guy. I'm always willing to help him out. Conan, would you rate my team quick? De Gea, Elliott. Too much on a goalkeeper, De Gea, for my liking. Dawson, Cedric, Daniels, Ali, Ramsey, Coutinho, Willian, Carroll, Kane, Lukaku, Austin. Otherwise, I like that team. Ramsey could be a great shout. He's had that one season where he was awesome. If he could stay injury-free, he could be amazing. Keegan has 14 million to spend on 2 strikers. That's only 7 million each. He's got Eriksen, Ali, Sanchez, Lukaku, Alonso, along with other starters. I think with that, you'd have to go for a 5.5 and then a 9 million or a 8.5 million. And I'm not sure there's many good options under 8.5. Alright, Mohamed, Demadash, Foster, Elliott, Dawson, Cedric, Trippier, Rangel. That's the Huddersfield player I can't say the name of. Bernardo Silva, Pogba, Ali, Coutinho, Loftus-Cheek, Morata, Gane and Lukaku. I've always not been a fan of Gale. I wonder how many times I'm going to say that before the season kicks off. Bernardo Silva I'm not sure is going to get that many points compared to other players in that City team. Okay, so Tommy plays team. He has Cedric, Trippier, McCauley, Foster, De Bruyne, Dele Alli, Moy, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku, Jesus, and Gabbiadini. Okay, Gabbiadini's the risk there, but if he starts, then that team looks pretty balanced. Ben Scott, Foster, Trippier, Cedric, Daniels, Kevin De Bruyne, William Ramsey, Redmond, Kane, Lukaku, Firmino. I like the look of that team. Decent looking side there. If Jesus and Aguero both play, who will get the most points? Challenging question, Jackson. I think Jesus, purely because he's more likely to be involved in the assists as well as the goals. But that is a judgment call right now, off the top of my head. I can't promise anything. But that would be my guess. Maybe I'll look into that into more depth when the season starts. Okay, Ivo's got Foster, Milner, Trippier, Cedric, Willian, Özil, Sane, Loftus-Cheek, Carroll, Firmino, Lukaku, Kane. Very good front line. Midfield kind of struggles because of that though. I would potentially take Milner out and upgrade a midfielder just because of the Andrew Robertson move. Salah or any other Liverpool midfield. Coutinho and Mane would be my first midfielders of choice for now. Salah could come in and be every single bit as good, just like Mane came in and was very impressive. But right now I'd stick with Mane and Coutinho. Lucas's team: Forster, Cedric, Trippier, Lindelof, Dawson, Redmond, Phillips, De Bruyne, Eriksen, Lukaku and Lacazette. That looks pretty balanced to me. Again, I'm not a fan of Phillips, but that's my own judgment. Good night, Jordan R. Thank you for jumping in the stream for a bit. Thank you very much for the compliments as well. Yeah, I should be finishing soon anyway, my friend. There's only 17 minutes till my video goes live, so don't worry, you're not going to miss loads. And Jordan, heart goes out to you, my man. Really sad when you lose a grandparent. My grandfather meant loads to me, was a great influence on my life when he was around. So I feel for you, bro. Hopefully, if I've helped in any way, I'm happy, mate. I'm happy. Can I please be a mod, because I've been on a few streams. If I can get it to work, I was literally about to press it, but it's not working. Ismail, ask me next stream, buddy, because for some reason, the bit where I click on the right-hand side, oh, it might have worked there. No, it's frozen again. There you go, mate. It's just about gone through, I think. Aaron Doyle, what do you think of my team? Foster, Elliott, Lindelof, Bertrand, Cedric, Mariappa, the Huddersfield guy, Ali, Zaha, Loftus-Cheek, Redmond, Pogba, Kane, Lukaku, Benteke. That's a good team. I like that team. Anything I'd change? That seems a lot to spend on the Southampton defence, but I know why you're doubling up. Is Chalobah a good buy? I think Loftus-Cheek is better. Kurt Yoy, everyone, hearts in the chat. Kurt Yoy is in the stream. Hopefully he didn't hear me say what I said earlier about him. About how he had his sudden jump in subscribers after the J&O jumping on a live stream. We've got Ericsson or Ali. Ericsson is more likely to be involved in everything, like assists and goals. Julie, is that Julie? Is it a girl in the stream? Is this the second girl ever to be in a stream, a J&O stream, after FPL Nymphrea? Julie Lloyd, your videos helped me to win my work league last season and beat all the boys. I'm happy to help. You don't have to tell them about the channel. Don't worry about it. Let me help you beat them again. And I bet you, knowing guys, I bet you that has really irked some guys. They're like, what? How is she beating us? How is she beating us? I think my boss actually uses my channel as well, because the fact that he knew I was looking at other jobs before I told him, because he saw one of my videos, makes me think that he's using my channel to make sure he wins his mini league, which I don't get invited to, which is why I've left. How dare they not invite me to their mini league at work? Proddle is in just for the time being. I think I had Rangel, and I don't think he's going to play, and I think Long is a risk as well. So that's the reason he's there. CK Global, please answer. Should I prefer Kane over Ericsson? The thing with Kane is he's so expensive. I personally think overall, if Kane can hit the ground running at Wembley, Kane is the better option. Will he score enough points to be better than Ericsson? He has to stay fit to do that. But, of course, if you just keep Kane in and then when Kane's injured, take him out and somehow get Ericsson in, then you're covering yourself. Kane is the more explosive player, easily. If Kane is on form, you need him in your side. It's that simple. 6 million for a mid, right off the top of my head, Stanislas. Love the guy. I think he's a great option. Great shout. Can I please be a mod as I'm your favourite FPL YouTuber? But Kurt, you might sabotage it. Okay, this takes me about... Oh, okay, so it lets me make Kurt a moderator real quick. Anyway, I see you. Thank you for staying for so long. Alright, look at Kurt trying to get all the attention in the chat. Kurt wants some hearts. If you want to oblige him, go ahead. I mean, Kurt, if you're on your computer, do you want to jump on for the last 10 minutes? How is my teammate? Foster. Julie Lloyd, yeah, it is. I'm glad I'm helping you, Julie. Alright, Stefan Maric, Foster, Lindelof, Cedric, Trippier, De Bruyne, Tadic, Moy, Willian, Lacazette, Aguero, Lukaku. What do you mean? What do you mean? Isn't that a Justin Bieber song? I've got 10 minutes to drink this other beer. Then I've got to go be a dad. So that team, Stefan, looks good. Tadic isn't my preferred Southampton midfielder option. Aguero could be an amazing differential. We've talked about that already. So I'd be looking at Tadic. Moy is a risk, but a risk that I'll be willing to take. I think we got Nimfria in the chat as well. Nimfria, you're not the only girl in my stream now. You've got competition. Okay, Jeff. He's telling Kurt that you owe him a thanks as I'm subscribing to you now because of J&O's appearance. Who will score more points this season, Sanchez or Kane? If I had to put money on it, Kane, because I think Sanchez could possibly leave the league. Sanchez and Tammy Abraham or Lacazette and Zaha? Lacazette and Zaha all day for me. I don't know if Tammy Abraham's going to be that great. I'm not sure, Ben Scott, if that downgrade is worth it. Sane looks like he could be a great option to me. And Özil Ramsey could be here or there, in my opinion. Aaron Doyle, FPL draft, potentially doing it with people in live streams. I'm not opening up to my whole subscriber base because that's too many people to sort it out with. But generally I get around 40 to 50 people viewing my streams. So we'll do that. It could be Wednesday, it could be Thursday. One of those 2 days I'll just sit down and do drafts with everyone. Also we are planning something else a bit special hopefully as far as drafts are concerned. CK Global, should I sacrifice... I think I've already answered. CK, you're going to have to get used to in the stream that I'm always way behind the chat. So apologies for that. Like I said, if Harry Kane is playing, he's one of those players you probably need to have in your side. So I'd say Harry Kane over Eriksen if there is no issues with him playing at Wembley. Coutinho or De Bruyne? Coutinho. Coutinho is much more important to Liverpool than I think De Bruyne is to Man City. Alright, Eminem. Wow, celebrities in the chat. Foster, Daniels, Trippier, Cedric, Ali, Coutinho, Willian, Stanislas, Kane, Rooney, Lukaku. Subs, Michael, me, the Huddersfield player that I will never say the name of, and Loftus-Cheek. Stanislas, I think, over Moy. Just for an example. Otherwise, that looks good to me. I'm not too keen on Wayne Rooney myself. Not sure if he's got the legs to be consistent. Stanislas had a lot of injury problems last season. Hence why I don't think he played as much. If he puts them behind him, that might... Ayush, go to your birthday. I mean, I know Nimfree is a great reason to stay in the chat, but go to your birthday. Redmond or Stanislas? At the beginning of the season, Redmond's probably a better shout. Phillips from West Brom was good for a short period last season, but I wouldn't risk it. And Morata, a Chelsea striker is always going to be worth considering, but I wouldn't start with him. Gale and Crouch, worthy budget options. Don't like Gale or Crouch. I know that kind of doesn't really help at all. But you know me. Always room for me, ladies. I think Nimfria meant more ladies, but you know. We get the message. All my fave streamers now here. Hi Nimfria, thanks for the Beyonce tweet. What was the Beyonce tweet? I feel left out. What was the Beyonce tweet? I love a bit of Beyonce. Jesus will be confirmed starter. I think it's likely, but it's definitely not nailed on. Zaha or Matt Ritchie. Zaha purely because I think Crystal Palace will use Zaha more to the best of his abilities than Matt Ritchie will be. Frank de Boer likes a system called Total Football. A lot of Dutch managers do, and I think Zaha on the wing will benefit from that. Dara Smith, alright, before I get too far behind, and hopefully you're still in the chat, let's try and find your channel. Let's have a quickie little check if I've gone up in subs, because I'm egotistical. 2892. Just off 29,000 so far. 29,000, I wish. 2,900. So we're getting close. But let's see Dara Smith's channel. And I want everyone to go that's in the chat and subscribe to this channel if it is there. If I can find it. I swear my internet's plugged in. Why is it taking so long? My internet must be plugged in because I'm streaming. Hurry up, internet. Okay, there's a couple of Dara Smith channels. I'm not sure which is the one I'm looking for. Oh, I'm struggling to put it on the right browser. Well played, JNO. You're doing a really good job. Alright, there we go. Alright. Dara Smith, is it this one? Nah, I don't think so. It could be. You don't... That's not what I think you look like. So I don't think this is the one. Struggling to find your channel, Dara. I mean, that's a very nice banner. Is it just called Dara Smith? That one could be it. There we go. Useful tips on Fantasy Premier League. I think I found it. Wants to watch Defenders. So everyone, go click on that subscriber button. Give some of the people in the chat the same support. I hope that's the right one. I've already subscribed to a channel that I really don't need to subscribe to. Can you please join my league, Ismail Mayet? Ismail, when it gets close to the season, if I have space to add teams, I may join your league. But better off asking me closer to the season start, because I have to make lots of leagues, join other people's leagues and stuff that I'm associated with. So I'm not sure I'll have the space, unfortunately. Rooney or Rashford for the first 5 game weeks? Rooney's going to be more nailed on, isn't he, Michael? But yeah, I'm not sure. If Rashford plays, he's probably a much better option. Is Ward-Prowse a good option? If he starts, I think Ward-Prowse could be a great shout. Ali, unfortunately, Will, is the type of player that can look bad and then suddenly score 3 in a game and get loads of points. He's very explosive. Eriksen's more consistent, I feel. Lacazette or Özil? Lacazette for me. I think Özil's very hot and cold. Adele Hassan, Foster, Lindelof, Cedric, Francis, Redmond, Ali Coutinho, Zaha, Morata. Again, I don't like 2 new strikers to a league. I feel like you'd be better off going with someone that is used to the Premier League. And guys, I'm going to call it there. Ben Scott just asked Lascelles. That would be my last question. I don't know enough about that Newcastle defence. I need to watch more pre-season. My issue is I spend so much time doing FPL content. Sometimes it's difficult to watch pre-season games. So that is an issue that I do have sometimes. But yeah, I don't know, to be fair. And guys, I'm probably going to call it, because in 2 minutes, my final How to Play Fantasy Premier League series or video goes live. So I don't want to take your guys' attention away from that, because it will hurt my video. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the stream. Apologies that it's taken so long to do another stream on the channel, but again, support has been great. We reached almost 50 viewers at one point in this stream, so thank you guys so much. Very close to 2,900 subscribers now. We are going to keep going, so really guys, thank you so much for the support. You've been awesome. Keep your eye on my Twitter if you can. I'll try and announce it with a video as well, but we'll be doing draft Wednesday or Thursday with people in the stream, so it may be one of those cases where you have to be as quick as possible to join the draft. I'm not sure 100% how it works. I'll have to give it a test run potentially. So thank you guys. Make sure to go watch the video straight after this, and I will catch you guys next time. And I should use my catchphrase because I have it for a reason. I've been J&O. This has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.